All right, let's switch to artificial intelligence. So, since the Chat GPT came out about a year ago, and multiple GPT technologies have been launched with the large language models, everybody's been talking about it, but it's been chatbots and image generation and generating video, video fakes of all kinds of stuff. But uh, .NET with .NET 8, Azure is also stepping up the game and creating the OpenAI services in Azure. And the big news architecturally is semantic kernel. Now, you might not know what that is. Go on Microsoft Learn to see what that is. But um, the goal and my layman's rendition of the vision is not to create AI applications or GPT application. AI is such an overloaded word. It goes back to 1956, and at Dartmouth College, and um, the original hypothesis was, you know what? I bet you. Here's the hypothesis. I bet you we could select an aspect of human intelligence and describe it so specifically that we could build a machine to imitate it. And you know what? That hypothesis has played out. We are creating machines to imitate a form of human intelligence. But AI is so overloaded. The term is so overloaded. We're calling it AI, but we talked about AI in the 90s. I think AI is for the type of artificial intelligence that doesn't have a better name at the moment. I mean, if you think about it, um, adaptive cruise control is a type of artificial intelligence. It used to be that only a human could look ahead on the road and modulate the brake and the accelerator so that you kept going forward without hitting the car in front of you. And now, guess what? There's a machine, there's a little computer inside the car that's doing that. That's a form of AI, but we have a better name for it. So we don't call it AI, we call it adaptive cruise control. And so I like to call this latest wave just GPT because that's at least a more specific terminology, generative pre-trained transformer. And of course, it's synonymous with large language models are the enabler of the GPT technology. But the key is that it's pre-trained. Okay. Now, what's out there now and is being actively developed is a combination of GPT and a programming model. And this is interesting. And I think that you should do some architectural prototypes. And this is the vision. And again, this is on the semantic kernel. This image is on the semantic kernel page of Microsoft Learn. The vision is that you have a piece of software, that you have an application, and you create plugins. Think C# class. You create a plugin that can access a certain system, and then you create agents. Think Microsoft class, a Microsoft class. In the Microsoft world, it's co-pilots. They're creating all kinds of pseudo smart agents, and they're calling them co-pilots. And then that sits on top of the Azure services. That's the AI orchestration, which sits on top of the foundational large language models that Microsoft has invested in through their partnership with OpenAI. And it's all running on top of Azure, which is the AI infrastructure and all of the uh, GPU and special AI hardware that they have been installing like crazy in all of the Azure data centers to get it to perform um, with right scale and the right temperatures and the right electricity usage and whatnot. So, how it comes back to us as programmers is this programming model that Microsoft is putting on top of it. Sure, it's interesting to use Bing Chat and Google Bard and these AI programs or these GPT programs that have been put out, but Microsoft is giving us the building blocks so that we can create our own GPT program. Okay. And what it's going to look like is just a regular .NET application with a program.cs, and we're literally just gonna call .NET run, and it's gonna be a program that spins up our own class. And if you think of the actor model, the actor pattern, um, then you can um, you can imagine how these agents look. And you can give an agent a personality, a focus, and you can interact with that agent. And the agent could be a simple chatbot, or you could give the agent tasks. And then through plugins, think just it could be as simple as web services to an existing one of your applications or databases, or it could be, interfacing with smart home stuff to just turn on or turn off lights, or it could be, looking up reports on one of your existing software applications. But with the dot with .NET 8 and this era of Azure services, semantic kernel is your architecturally significant concept. Look into that, do some pilots, because um, now is the time where you can just open up Visual Studio and create a new project and literally run the application, and you're running your own GPT program. And the agent is the object in your program that you can interact with. And of course, interacting via chat is kind of this era of it, sending it messages, sending it free text messages, and asking it to do things and asking it to respond. So that's different from Chat GPT and Google, sorry, Bing, Bing Chat, is that they can only respond. They can't do things. So what you can do here with plugins is you can expose actions to your agent so that your agent can do things. All right. That is significant.